Hey Lifetree family, it's Pastor Dre coming to you here from our daily tree. Wow, what a wild season we are currently living in. There's a lot of unknowns. There's a lot of uncertainties. We definitely have never been here before. And I think because of that, it's given opportunity for fear to be active in our lives in a whole new way. And I want to talk to you about that today. I've been reading this week the book of Joshua, and that book is the story of Joshua leading the Israelites into the promised land. And just like us, there was a lot of uncertainties, there was a lot of unknowns. They had never been there before, and they were afraid. How do we know that they were afraid? Well, God spoke very clearly to them 3 or 4 times in the beginning of that book and said these words: be strong, be courageous, don't be afraid, and don't be discouraged. One of the first challenges that they faced was that they had to cross the Jordan River. God told them to just begin to walk into the river. And as they did, the Bible says that the waters parted. And it also says in Joshua chapter 3 that every single person crossed on dry ground. Unbelievable miracle. Reminds us of the Red Sea miracle of Moses. And they wanted to do something to celebrate that moment. And so they build a memorial for their children, so that anytime their children walked past that spot, they would be reminded of God's faithfulness in a time of uncertainty. That's called a testimony. A testimony is exactly that, celebrating what God has done for us, his faithfulness. I heard a pastor talk many years ago about the importance of testimony, the power of testimony. And he talked about how important it was for Jewish communities. They would gather together and they would take turns standing up and talking about what God had done for them, the answered prayers in their lives. That word testimony, it actually is a phrase that means do it again, Lord. And when that person was done talking about that testimony, the community in unison would say to God, do it again, Lord. It was a faith moment. It was a prayer. It was the belief that, hey, God, if you could do this for my friend and my neighbor and my family member, I have faith that you can do this for me. And hey, that's really what I want to say to you today. In the midst of fear and discouragement, let's take a moment and let's remember the times that a faithful God has gotten us through uncertain times. If he's done it before, he'll do it again. And also, by the way, there's a lot of bad news going around. This is great news to share with your friends and family. This is really what encouragement is to put courage inside of somebody. Share your testimony today. Maybe you text somebody, maybe you post it on social media, maybe you call somebody today and tell somebody about a faithful God. I believe that in the midst of this uncertain season, there's going to be some testimonies. We love you guys. We're praying for you. We miss you. We can't wait to see you.